In the summer, a man proposes to his partner in the ocean. Before he can finish, an unknown being drags him into the sea. Thinking it's a prank, the woman calls out to him, but then notices blood spreading in the water. She screams in terror as the creature that killed him appears behind her. Meanwhile, Hunter, a guard on a submarine near an isolated island, is on a boat with his acquaintance Ray and his niece Jada. They chat as they travel across the water when they spot people in the distance setting off fireworks. Hunter immediately suggests heading that way to stop them because it is dangerous. When they arrive, he puts out the flame on his boat and notices the group is drunk. He takes away the remaining fireworks to prevent accidents, then returns to his boat, leaving the group to continue partying more safely. Later, while fishing on the boat, Hunter, Ray, and Jada sense they have caught something. They pull it up and discover it is a human body. Shocked and confused, they drag the body onto their boat. Hunter observes that the body seems like it has been in the water for a long time. Jada uses an underwater device and notices a strange blue light coming from the seabed. Hunter quickly contacts the authorities using the radio, and while Jada covers the body, they all notice the same blue light shining on the water's surface. They cover the body with fabric and go inside the boat, leaving Jada alone outside. Meanwhile, Jada gazes at the sea horizon and hears a strange sound behind her. She turns around to find the fabric on the floor, but the body's gone. As she tries to understand what happened, the reanimated corpse suddenly attacks her from behind. She screams and falls to the ground, struggling to fight off the creature. Hunter and Ray hear her cries and rush to help. When they arrive, they see Jada bleeding heavily and convulsing as the corpse sucks her blood. Shocked, they try to intervene. Hunter fights the creature, but it proves to be much stronger than expected, surviving direct knife attacks and multiple stabs. Realizing the creature is nearly invincible, Hunter manages to knock it off the boat. Then he turns to Ray, who is kneeling beside his severely injured niece, desperately trying to help her. Meanwhile, Kenzie, a doctor, spends time with her daughter Samantha and her friend Tyani at the beach. Then Kenzie receives a phone call from Hunter. She answers quickly, and Hunter explains that he has an emergency and needs her help. Kenzie agrees to assist and gets up to head to the location Hunter mentions. By the time Kenzie arrives, Hunter and his team have already brought their boat ashore. Emergency workers are loading Jada into an ambulance, with Ray accompanying her. The ambulance drives off to the local hospital where Kenzie works. Hunter thanks Kenzie for her help, and she jokingly tells him he owes her dinner while looking into his eyes. He smiles and agrees. Then Hunter returns to his boat with the local sheriff, Cameo, who is also Tani's father, and they head back out to sea. After traveling far into the ocean, Hunter stops at the spot where they first found the corpse of the cannibal creature. They notice scattered lights on the water's surface. Hunter briefs Cameo on what happened and uses a device to magnify the view below the sea. They spot unusual movements near an old mysterious ship. Cameo asks Hunter what he thinks the creature could be, and Hunter replies that it might be a zombie. Cameo laughs at the idea, but his laughter quickly stops when they see hundreds of zombies swimming toward the surface. Cameo stands frozen, shocked by the sight. Meanwhile, at the beach, Tyani and Samantha watch a band perform. After the show, they start chatting with two of the band members, Dag and Rand. Back at the hospital, Hunter calls Kenzie and warns her to isolate Jada, fearing she might be patient zero. Before Kenzie can respond, she hears Sea Guard sirens warning everyone to evacuate. The situation escalates as the sky darkens and the sea begins to rise, signaling an imminent tidal wave. Hunter and Cameo call the beach control point and urgently tell them to evacuate everyone. Despite their warnings, the tidal wave approaches rapidly. As Hunter and Cameo rush back to help, they freeze in terror as they see the wave filled with zombies heading straight for them. Hunter tries to escape, but the wave overtakes them. With no other option, they hide inside the boat's cabin. The zombie-filled tsunami crashes onto the shore, destroying everything in its path and leaving zombie bodies scattered everywhere. Just to have somebody save the day, Hunter and Cameo break all laws of nature and survive, reaching the shore unharmed. Zombies rise from the debris and ocean, attacking everyone in sight. Hunter and Cameo fight back with a gun and machete, but the undead seem endless. Thinking fast, Hunter uses a boat turbine to shred a group of zombies, giving survivors a chance to escape. Meanwhile, Tawny, Samantha, Dog, and Rand spot the chaos from afar and quickly leave to ensure their safety. At the hospital, Ray stays with Jada, holding her hand and wishing for her to wake up. She briefly regains consciousness, saying she feels cold and hungry, but then collapses again. When she wakes once more, her appearance has changed. A nurse enters and Jada attacks him, biting viciously. Blood splatters as Ray watches in horror and flees, realizing Jada is no longer herself. Elsewhere, Hunter and Cameo find Tawny's car and jump in to escape. Hunter discovers a couple hiding in the back seat, the same pair from the fireworks incident, and decides to take them along to the police station. At the station, Blaine, one of the couple, uses his girlfriend Connie as bait to escape a zombie, abandoning her to be killed. At the hospital, Kenzie returns and finds the building unnaturally quiet. She discovers Jada feeding on a human and screams, fleeing as Jada chases her. Ray finds her and pulls her into a room, but they struggle to barricade the door as infected staff join Jada. When the barricade breaks, Ray and Kenzie are forced to flee down the corridors. At the police station, Blaine acts like a lunatic and grabs a gun. He then kills a policeman and demands access to the weapons. Before he can cause more harm, Hunter knocks him unconscious, realizing that humans like Blaine can be worse than the zombies. Next, Tawny and her group run toward a nearby shopping center, but Dog twists his ankle, slowing them down. As they move cautiously, a zombie suddenly grabs Rand and bites him in front of everyone. The attack causes chaos and Tawny becomes separated from Samantha and Dog. In the commotion, Tawny manages to escape outside while Samantha tells her to run and promises to find her later. Samantha then drags the injured Dag, who is still limping, away from danger. Back at the police station, Hunter and Cameo handcuff Blaine to a bed in one of the cells to prevent him from causing any more trouble. Cameo keeps trying to radio for help, but no one responds. He retrieves an envelope from a safe labeled Revoc Pharmaceuticals and secretly shreds it while Hunter's occupied. Meanwhile, Hunter checks the station's computer and discovers that the mysterious ship they found at the bottom of the ocean is registered to Revoc Industries. He realizes someone is trying to cover up the wreckage. Suddenly, zombies break through the station windows, forcing Hunter and Cameo to abandon their work and rush to the armory to grab weapons. After arming themselves, they decide to leave Blaine behind, handcuffed and defenseless as the zombies close in. Blaine begs them to take him with them, but they ignore his pleas and press on. Using police shields, Hunter and Cameo push their way through the zombies at the station doors. Cameo shoots down nearby zombies with his gun, while Hunter uses a bazooka to destroy another group approaching from the street. Just as they fight their way out, they notice another massive zombie-filled wave approaching the town. Realizing they cannot hold their ground, they escape in a truck and head into the woods. Meanwhile, Samantha and Dog notice Ivan, the third member of the band, sitting inside a car with headphones on, oblivious to the chaos around him. They knock on his window, and he opens it for them. After they climb inside, Ivan starts fighting off zombies outside, still unaware of the real danger. Samantha and Dog shout at him to stop and come back into the car. But as they see him about to be bitten, they quickly close the door and desperately try to start the car to escape. Next, Tawny runs until she reaches a remote private property surrounded by a fence. She rings the doorbell frantically, pleading for help. Someone answers through the intercom, refusing to let her in, explaining that he cannot allow anyone who might be infected. Tawny insists she has no bite marks and goes to great lengths to prove it. Finally, the gate unlocks, and she is allowed inside. The man introduces himself as Marty, who reveals that he has been monitoring the zombie outbreak and studying the creatures in his basement by running experiments on them. Next, Tawny uses Marty's radio to contact Cameo and let him know she is safe. She also tells him about Samantha and Dog, urging him to rescue them immediately. Meanwhile, at the police station, Blaine manages to free himself, but is confronted by his zombified girlfriend. Although she has lost her humanity, her rage is apparent as she attacks and devours him, while Blaine screams helplessly. In the parking lot, Dag, realizing he cannot keep up due to his injury, tells Samantha to leave without him. He climbs onto the car roof and uses his music to distract the zombies. Just as Cameo and Hunter arrive, Samantha runs toward them while Cameo shoots the zombies, blocking her path. Tragically, Dog is overwhelmed by the zombies and killed as Samantha escapes. The three survivors leave immediately and head to the hospital to rescue Ray and Kenzie. When they reach the hospital, Samantha suggests she search for her mother alone since she knows the layout of the building. Hunter hands her a knife for protection and lets her go. However, Samantha gets trapped in a room, and Hunter quickly creates a distraction by using an electrical shock, discovering that electricity can temporarily disable the zombies. They reunite with Ray and Kenzie, and as they exit the hospital, Kenzie observes the zombies and comments that their appearance suggests they were used in experiments. Next, the group drives to Marty's mansion, where they reunite with Tani. Marty lets them inside, but the zombie he has been experimenting on breaks free and bites Tani's father on the hand. Marty immediately uses a taser on the zombie, neutralizing it, but Tani is devastated to see her father infected. The group confronts Marty for keeping a zombie in his basement, but Marty explains that he has been experimenting to find the creature's weaknesses. He reveals that the zombies are filled with a phosphorus-like liquid, which explains their glowing appearance and why only electricity can kill them. Hunter proposes a plan to lure the zombies back into the water and use electricity to wipe them out. He also suggests destroying the wreckage to prevent the creation of more monsters. Marty reveals that he has grenades and C4 that can help execute the plan. As the group prepares their weapons, Hunter steps outside to clear the area. However, his taser malfunctions, leaving him vulnerable. Kenzie joins him and activates a wood chipper, and together they fight off the zombies, throwing them into the machine to eliminate them. Later, Cameo begins to feel sick, so the group stops to rest in a cave. Marty explains that since Cameo wasn't bitten near his head, the infection is spreading more slowly. Realizing his time is running out, Cameo decides to reveal the truth. He explains that he was assigned to help cover up a company's secret project to create a biological weapon disguised as a de-aging serum. These zombies are the unintended result of that project. He adds that the public never found out because the test subjects were secretly dumped into the ocean. Now it seems the experiments were part of a plan to wipe out humanity. Suddenly, Cameo begins to transform into a zombie as more zombies approach the cave. With tears in her eyes, Tani places a bomb in her father's hands before leaving him behind. Moments later, the bomb explodes, killing Cameo and the approaching zombies. The group reaches the beach and splits up to execute their plan. Marty reveals that he left some C4 at his house, so he remotely detonates it to create a distraction. Then, Marty, Ray, and Tani head out on a boat to plant the C4 on the source of the outbreak. While Marty works on setting up the explosives, Tani urges him to hurry as zombies begin swimming toward them. Meanwhile, Hunter drags wires to the tide pools, while Kenzie and Samantha stay by the power box, ready to activate the electricity. To lure the zombies, Hunter rides a bike, blasting loud music to guide them to the tide pool. Marty jumps into the water to install the C4, but is quickly surrounded by zombies. Suddenly, the water turns red as Marty is attacked and killed by the zombies. Back on the beach, Hunter's bike gets stuck in the sand, forcing him to continue on foot. A much bigger and stronger zombie emerges and confronts Hunter in a brutal fight. Using this distraction, Kenzie frees the bike and helps the plan move forward. On the boat, Ray gives Tani a life jacket and urges her to jump into the water, while he stays behind to execute the plan. Tani reluctantly jumps into the sea while Ray stays behind. Back on the beach, Hunter manages to kill the zombie leader by decapitating its head and kicking its body into the tide pool filled with other zombies. Samantha activates the power box, sending electricity surging through the water and electrocuting all the zombies at once. On the boat, Ray detonates the C4, destroying the ship and sacrificing himself in the explosion. The blast triggers a massive wave, forcing Hunter to run for safety. On his way, he encounters a zombified Blaine and stabs him with a blade. Yet again, Hunter survives another wave and eventually reunites with Kenzie and Samantha on the shore. Moments later, Tani also makes it to the shore, and the group helps her out of the water. Finally, Hunter and Kenzie share a kiss, revealing their love for one another. Samantha then asks what they should do next. Hunter replies that whatever they decide, they will face it together. He looks lovingly into Kenzie's eyes as the group takes a moment to catch their breath and prepare for whatever comes next. The end. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like our channel and subscribe if you enjoy content like this. Also, let us know what movie you would love us to recap for you.